welcome back. Long time no talk. I decided, well, I needed time off from the podcast. I was just like, well, burned out there and had too much other stuff going on in my life. So I took a little break from that, and then YouTube is like bottom of the to-do list. I'm sorry, it just is at the moment. So I took a little break, long break, but I am back, and hopefully we'll have a video on Fridays in December. We'll see. Here's the first one. Yes, my tree is already up. My tree has been up, I think, since the first week of November, and I make no apologies for it. And gifts are already done. Yes, that is a Red Ryder BB gun from A Christmas Story. It's my husband's favorite movie. I bought him one. And yeah, you can see. I mean, gifts are going. They're all over the place. This is actually at my parents' house. My mom is in Florida, so we are staying here because our house is still like a mess, but I think I will be able to show you. I don't think it's going to be done by the time I put up a vlog, but I will show you major progress since the last time that you saw what my house looked like. So that should be fun for me at least. So I will show you that in a later vlog. But today I decided we are going to make edible tree charms for animals outside. And while I do that, I am going to tell you about my own witchy wish list. So I had over on Patreon gift ideas for witches. So if you're interested in that and you need some gift ideas for your witchy friends for Yule, or you're looking for own things to add to your own list, that's over on Patreon. But today I want to chat about some things that I personally want, and maybe you want them too, now that you hear that they exist. Yay, tree charms. So what I am going to do to make these little bird feeders, which is like a fun, witchy, seasonal task. Like, it's great for Yule. It's a great craft, for kids. And it's, a great way to connect with the land and animal spirits around you. So what I am going to do is have, these are orange peels, obviously, and I am going to dry them in the oven. So what I'm gonna do is put this at 250, we're preheating the oven, and then I'm going to dry these in the oven for 2 or 3 hours at 250. And then they will be these nice little shells. So I will see you in 2 or 3 hours, but with YouTube magic, it's gonna be just a couple of seconds for you. And here we are with my dried orange peels. And I think from here, it's pretty self-explanatory what you're going to do. And that is fill these with birdseed, hang them on a tree. So you want to poke holes in the side so you can string them up. You should do it with toothpicks, which I have here, but my string that I have is kind of thick. So I'm actually going to poke the holes with a knife. So, do as I say and not as I do, because this isn't the safest way to do it, but that is what I'm doing anyway. And for the ones, as you can see here, like, I'm not the best at cutting, so there's a giant hole at the bottom. So you might be wondering what I plan on doing with that, since if I fill it with the birdseed there, that it's all just going to fall at the bottom, and that my plan is to cover it in peanut butter. So if you hear little tippy tappies going around, that's because I've got 2 dogs here that are like, why the hell do you have the peanut butter out and we're not getting any? So that's why. They're at my feet begging for peanut butter. But since this is pretty self-explanatory, I thought instead, while you watch me do this, that I'm going to go over what's sort of on my personal wish list for Yule. First up, as always, is candles. I don't know why people think that candles are not like a great gift or they're too impersonal, because I love candles. I would be so happy to get nothing but candles under the tree. And I particularly like intention candles. So candles that already have some correspondences attached to them, already maybe have some crystals or herbs and things. I really love the intention pillar candles from House of Intuition. I will have those linked below because I have featured them a few times. So if you're interested in getting those. But yes, I love getting candles. I would be perfectly happy with nothing but candles. So I don't think that would surprise anyone. I think also not surprising to anybody is the fact that I would ask for books. Absolutely books. So I have 2 books that are currently on my wish list, but I am sure that I'm going to add more. I'm always finding more. But the 2 that are on my list right now, first of all, is Heart Magic, and that is by Harmony Nice. And she has one book out already about, you know, her practice as a Wiccan. And I did read it and I love it, and I like always recommend it to beginners, especially those interested in the Wiccan religion. But she has a second book that like recently just came out. I think it was in October sometime, and that is called Heart Magic. And I haven't seen too many people like talking about it or reviewing it. It doesn't really have like a lot of reviews online, so I am very interested in getting my hands on that one. I just like the description of it, and I really like Harmony Nice, so I wanted to read it. I wanted to support her, and then since I don't know as much about it, it might not be one that I, you know, keep in my collection, but that's okay. If I have ones that I like read and then decide after a while that I don't want to keep them, they'd be better suited for somebody else, then I am more than happy to pass those on. I do that over on Patreon all the time. So if you are a patron, you have probably seen all of those giveaways that I do with my book collection, because I do like to keep it small and just keep it to the books that I reference repeatedly. But I want to get that one. And then one that isn't, I think at the time that I am filming this and going to be putting it up, I don't even think it's out yet, but it is called The Bones Fall in a Spiral by Mortellus. And it's all about like what it sounds like, necromancy. And I find that subject completely fascinating, interesting, not something I have a ton of practice with. So I absolutely want to get my hands on that one right away. So that is definitely on my wish list. And I think that one of my friends is getting it for me, and she actually already pre-ordered it. So I think it will arrive whenever it comes out. But I think I remember when I originally looked it up that it was coming out sometime in December. So I'll have to double check that. But I will have that linked below if you are also interested in that subject. Next on my list is witch jewelry, which I have, you know, some pieces of, and I have, you know, shown them before and talked about them before on, you know, this channel. So you've probably seen them, but I have pieces from a couple different creators, but there's specifically one that I want from Blessed Be Magic, which I have a discount code, so I will make sure to link that. But I have a ring and a necklace from them, and I love both pieces. And I have a chain to make the ring into a necklace as well. But they have bracelets. Specifically, there's a rose gold one that I'm eyeing. And they are like minimalist witchy jewelry. They have like sayings, like, you know, words and symbols like carved into them. And there's a bracelet that I am eyeing, and I love that it's like bangle style, because then it is not too tight on my wrist. And I am ridiculously fussy about things on my wrists or my neck being too tight. Like I will ask, if you're at concerts or bars or something, I will ask the bouncers if I can put the wristband on myself, because they always do it too tight and I'm so fussy about it. But Blessed Be has this beautiful rose gold bangle that I think like looks really gorgeous and definitely will not be too tight. And I obviously appreciate that very much. So definitely looking to get my hands on that one. Kind of along the same lines as witchy jewelry. In terms of glamour magic, I would consider, you know, various makeup items to be part of my practice as well. Use them for glamour magic purposes. And I really want lipstick, because I don't have that many dark, like fun, sort of vampy red lipsticks, because normally I keep my makeup pretty neutral. And then when I do go darker, I end up just going darker on the eyes, and lips I leave pretty neutral. And I've always just, you know, usually preferred it that way, because I think lipstick is like harder to manage. You kind of have to keep, you know, an eye on it, like check it out all the time, make sure that it's not doing anything funny or getting on your teeth or something. So I don't usually get dark lipstick, but lately I have been feeling like I want dark vampy lipstick. And that would definitely be part of my glamour, you know, process and glamour magic. And I've looked at a couple of them. There's specifically, because there's an Ulta right by my house, and I go there all the time because, you know, it's fun. And there's one by Fenty by Rihanna that looks like I would really like it. I think it's called something dog, underdog maybe. And I think that looks like it would really be up my alley and exactly like what I'm looking for when I am thinking about that whole like what I would be using it for in terms of glamour magic. So I think I'm gonna put that particular one on my wish list as well. And then the last two things are both in terms of home decor. And that is, first of all, I am looking for like bigger crystal pieces because I have a lot of tumbled crystals, like smaller chunks, because that is what I usually use within my practice, because it's easy to stick into charm bags and, you know, spell bottles and things. But I want some bigger pieces that would act as home decor and, you know, suit the particular intention of the room. So right now I have like a smoky quartz in my living room, but I would like an amethyst piece for the bedroom. I wanted to do something in the bathroom. I'm not sure what yet, maybe like fluorite, and kind of just theme it out by room. I think that would be a lot of fun. And I also want a sun catcher. And that's one thing that I have not found a version yet that I like. I've seen like some options that are kind of close, but not exactly what I'm looking for. And I want one because in my little witchy nook that I'm going to have, there's a good space for, I mean, there's like a window there and there's like a good space in the corner where like kind of my chair is going to be, that I could hang something in that window there that's got some, you know, crystals and things dangling from it that would look really pretty and then cast sort of like a rainbow into that area. So I'm still looking, I'm looking on Etsy. I haven't found exactly what I'm looking for yet, but I am confident that I will find something that I love. But if you have any like sun catchers that you've seen or had your eye on, let me know because I am still on the hunt. So these are all ready to go. So I take them outside and then I hang them on the tree. Isn't that fun? It's so easy and the birds love them. And we have so many birds here. We've got tons of cardinals. They're the state bird of Illinois, so they're all over the place. But we've got lots of blue jays at my parents' house, lots of sparrows, like really cute little things. So I am going to go hang these in the backyard and start attracting some birds, even though I know that the giant fat ass squirrels are going to absolutely be the first ones to try to drag these down. And thankfully I've got a whole stock of peanuts for them. But I'm going to try to get some like video or photo of what these squirrels look like. These are like the biggest suburban fat ass squirrels you have ever seen. I'm like, how did you get so big? Like they're the size of like large rabbits. The biggest squirrels I've ever seen. So anyway, there we go. Let's go outside and hang these up. Wiggum, you giant fat squirrel. I was just talking about you. What's up, bud? Show them how big you are. Chunky, chunky squirrel. You gonna eat these? You trying to eat all my birdseed? And that's what they look like all hung up. I'm going to spread them out a little bit more across these trees, and of course I'm going to fill the actual bird feeder. And then of course the damn squirrels are going to come and eat everything, but hopefully they give the birds a chance to enjoy the feast as well. So that's it, that's everything. Let me know if you're going to be making these and putting them out for your animals, and let me know what is on your Yule wish list.